Colossians 3:16. Let the word of Christ dwell in you richly, teaching and exhorting one another with all wisdom, singing psalms, hymns, and spiritual songs, all with grace in your hearts to God. This is a final verse of my exploration of Colossians 3:8-16. We're now in the very last verse. And we have this crowning admonition about the word of Christ. Let's start with that phrase, the word of Christ. You can go to church for decades and not hear the word of Christ. What that means is that something else, some other idea, some other concepts are dwelling in you richly. Therefore, we're going to have a challenge. We're going to have a challenge when we tell you, put off, from verse 8, put off anger, rage, malice, slander, abusive language from your mouth. Because this is all in the context of putting off the old and putting on the new. And I don't think you can put on the new without the word of Christ dwelling in you richly. Without the word of Christ. Let's even leave dwelling in you richly, without the word of Christ. I don't think so. So we're going to have a challenge of spiritual development when other kinds of words, when the pulpit is about how God is a robot and there are some buttons to press to get him to do something for you, how you need to climb this mountain, jump through this river, how the messages coming from a pulpit can be extremely empty, how it could be what Jude said, clouds without water. Instead of causing refreshment, they cause drought. They cause damage. Not the word of Christ. When Paul was having his final talk with the leaders of the church in Ephesus, he was crying and he said, I know that after I've gone, grievous wolves will come in and do damage. It's not like they're going to bring a gun and shoot the people. He said they're going to bring false teachings. They will preach perverse things. And all of us looking at these people preaching perverse things, we may be ignorant about, because you look at them, they're wearing fine suits, you look at them, they have the crowd, then they're preaching perverse things. They are articulate orators. They have fame and acclaim. You look at their life, you look at the world that they surround themselves with, and you say to yourself, how is this not God? It doesn't make any sense, right? Paul, by spiritual insight, said, those people, he was talking to them, they preach perverse things so that they would draw disciples to themselves. Not the word of Christ. Some other words. It could be social elevation. The word could be empowerment. The word could be making it. Every other thing, because this word of Christ does not appeal to the perishing. Paul said, I determined that when I come to your midst, I don't want to focus on anything except Christ and Him crucified. Some people want to focus on how to make it. But Paul said, when I come to your midst, I don't want to focus on anything else except Christ and Him crucified, because in that is the power of God. I need power to put off anger, rage, malice, and all those things. I need power to be clothed out of mercy, kindness. When I am soaked in all this environment that do not give me the word of Christ, I am dead. It's like they just killed me already. I can't do this. I can't make progress. I can't make spiritual progress except with the word of Christ. I cannot. Said the Jews want signs. So we have miracle. Let's do signs. Let's do power, power, power. The Jew want signs. The Greek want wisdom. But we preach Christ, the wisdom of God and the power of God. God bless you. See you later.